All right, today we're digging into the story of a true Chicago music legend. For decades, his voice has been this absolute treasure in the city. But here's the thing. Right at the moment he's celebrating a lifelong dream, he's also facing the fight of his life.
You know, a longtime fan once said something that just hits the nail on the head. Phil sings like he's telling you a story you didn't know you needed to hear. And that's it, right? It's that incredible ability to connect, to share wisdom and soul. That's what makes his music so special.
And that really gets to the heart of what we're talking about today. Because behind all that amazing music, there's a much more personal story unfolding. One that needs a completely different kind of harmony to work.
Okay, so to really get the weight of this moment, you first have to understand the journey he's been on. For 40 years, Phil Marley's voice has been this constant, beloved presence in Chicago's music scene.
40 years of performing. We're talking weddings, holiday events, late-night lounges, festivals, you name it. He was that singer, the one everyone knew, but he was always so humble, you know? He always cared more about the community than he did about the spotlight.
So this month, that entire 4-decade journey finally leads to this huge milestone, his first ever full-length album. This is the moment his fans have been waiting for a very, very long time. And his sound? Oh, it is pure Chicago. You can hear everything in there. The echoes of classic soul, the raw grit of the blues, the cool, smooth phrasing of jazz, and the powerful, uplifting spirit of gospel. His voice literally carries the history of the city in every single note. The album itself just shows off his incredible range. It's not just a holiday album or a soul album. No, it's a journey through 6 different genres, and get this, all 13 tracks are original songs. He can go from smooth R&B to gritty blues to powerful gospel without even blinking.
But right at the peak of this incredible, celebratory moment, a much more urgent story is playing out in the background.
So while one chapter of his life is finally being written and it's this beautiful, permanent thing, another chapter is just hanging in the balance and it's defined by this critical, immediate need.
So you've got this wild contrast, right? On one side, an artist's legacy is finally cemented, and on the other, a man is in a race against time to find a kidney donor.
And let's be clear, this isn't some problem for down the road. It's a direct, serious health crisis happening right now. His kidneys are failing, and a transplant is what he needs to continue his life and his music.
Okay, so with the stakes this high, you might be wondering, how can anyone actually help? Well, the path forward is actually clearer than you might think.
One amazing way to help is something called a paired kidney exchange. So even if you aren't a direct match for Phil, your donation could go to another patient whose donor is a match for him. It's this incredible system where one single act of giving can end up saving 2 lives.
And it's so important to understand just how safe this process is for a donor. You can live a perfectly normal, healthy life with just 1 kidney. The doctors do an incredibly thorough health screening, and by the way, it's all paid for by Phil's insurance to make sure you are in excellent health. They will not let anyone donate if it poses any risk to them at all.
So let's break it down. What are the simple, actual steps someone could take if they're even just curious about helping out?
Honestly, the whole thing starts with just one confidential phone call. You just contact the transplant center at the University of Illinois Chicago, you mention you're calling about Phil Marley, and they will guide you through all the next steps, starting with that health screening. It's that straightforward.
And here it is. This is the direct number for the UIC Transplant Center. They're the team handling Phil's case.
So for that call, you'll just need his name, Philip Marley, his date of birth, which is November 1st, 1963, and of course, the transplant center's number. Just giving them these details makes sure that all the testing costs are covered.
And so, we come full circle, right back to the man and his music. This debut album is a celebration of a life dedicated to song. But his future songs, well, they depend on a gift of a totally different kind, the gift of life.
For 4 decades, Phil Marley has shared his incredible gift with the world. The question now is pretty simple. Could one person's generosity be the thing that ensures his music and his story continue for years to come?